Hello and welcome to WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Well, you know, Lincoln Amphitheatre has a variety of shows, and next weekend, not this coming weekend, but next weekend, is another great production coming to the Lincoln Amphitheatre. Joining us in the studio is Brandi Weyer. Brandi is the Public Relations Director for Lincoln Amphitheatre. Brandi, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Macbeth is
Yes.
coming. So we have some Shakespearean actors coming to Spencer County for the play. Let's talk about, it's Macbeth. Let's kind of go through the rundown of the, when is it, when are the shows, that kind of thing.
Okay. The national players are coming for 1 weekend only, September 13th and 14th. And tickets, of course, are $19 for adults, $16 for seniors, students, and military, and then $6 for kids ages 6 and under. And then people can buy tickets the two ways through a box office, 800-264-4223, or they can visit us online at lincolnamphitheatre.org. So that's the particulars, the gist of the production.
We got to get that part out of the way. Now let's talk about Macbeth.
Yes.
Macbeth is the reason you're bringing this because it's Abe Lincoln's favorite play?
It was mere coincidence. Coincidence that this was his favorite production. We wanted to bring in the national players. The national players actually go to St. Meinrad every year, and the president of my board of directors, he is the choir master at St. Meinrad. So we had the connection to bring them to our facility in September, and they do a variety of Shakespearean plays and other classic play productions, and it has a little contemporary feel. I was told by the general manager of National Players that expect an industrial feel, that think rusted pipes, and I'm not really quite sure how that is going to play with the production of Macbeth. So we're just as intrigued as our audience as of what this contemporary twist will have on the of course, 17th century production.
Okay, now this is 1 weekend only. Is this kind of unusual? A lot of things that you have at Lincoln Amphitheatre are several weekends or for a month. This is 1 weekend only, really, just two shows.
Yes, just two shows.
Okay.
Because we're bringing in a company to do this, they're on tour, so they're going somewhere else after they come see us. So that's the only reason why it's for 1 weekend only. When we do the productions ourselves or a partnership production, we will run the production, of course, longer because we have the local talent here and they're right in our back door. But since they're just making a pass-through, essentially, they are just coming for the 13th and 14th.
Okay, so this is something people can't just put off and say, I'll see them next weekend.
Right. You have 1 weekend and 1 weekend only.
Okay. And is there a meal that can be served with this?
Yes, and I'm actually very excited about this meal option that we're serving beforehand. It's a baked turkey and pot roast meal with all the trimmings. So you have the roasted potatoes and the carrots, and then we have salad, and that is as an additional cost, $12 for adults, $8 for students, and then, of course, $6 for kids ages 6 and under.
Okay.
So that's
and this is, you don't have to do the meal.
No, you do not.
But you may want to do the meal.
Yes, you may want to do the meal.
If someone is wanting to do the meal, we're talking, the show is next weekend. When is the cutoff for getting your meal reservations?
As long as people make reservations by that next Wednesday.
Okay, which would be
the 11th?
I think so.
The
yes,
11th.
The 11th. Okay.
September 11th. You can make your reservations by that time, and the meal, of course, starts 1 hour prior to showtime. We are 1 hour behind DuBois County time since we do live in that time warp.
Right.
And
so when we talk about times, we're talking Central.
We're talking Central time. So 6:30 Central time for the meal and 7:30 Central time for the performance.
Okay. Now let's talk about the national players. Tell us about this production company.
This company actually is the nation's longest running touring company, which I thought that was unique. I was reading on their website, they have performed for over 2.5 million people. They have been around since the 1940s, and they're originally from only Maryland. So they tour the nation, bringing quality productions all around. And I've heard it's a very unique experience because many of the people on stage do the behind the scenes as well. So many of them are running the sound and the lights, and I guess depending on the facility, they're doing that themselves as well as being part of the actual production. So I'm interested in that aspect as well, that they do everything.
Well, this would be kind of different from Lincoln Amphitheatre.
Yes, it
because
is.
Really, I guess you're just saying, here's our facility, have at it.
Yes.
So you're not doing any of the setup or any of that. They're coming in and doing that.
Yes, they are.
Is the stage ready for them? Or are they going?
I think so. I mean, we have an empty stage just waiting for them to make it into their own creation.
That'll be neat. And Let's talk now about Macbeth. It's a Shakespearean play.
Yes.
Written by William Shakespeare way back when. And if you've never seen a Shakespearean play, this is a great opportunity to see a terrific one, Macbeth. Let's talk about what is the story of Macbeth.
Well, Macbeth is about Lord Macbeth. He was a Scottish leader, and about his rise of tyranny and the evil that lurked around Macbeth. I mean, and this is one of Shakespeare's most renowned tragedies, if not his most famous tragedy. Mm-hmm. I think this is the one play that many can. If they don't know Shakespeare, typically they do know Macbeth. And I know I read it in high school, and I know many people, that's one of the productions that you do end up reading in high school. So you can see it staged live. I always say you appreciate Shakespeare more when you can see it staged live than just reading the dialogue in just a book and trying to, I think the visual aspect helps bring it to life.
It's a little, the these and the thous and the,
yes.
It makes it a little tough to read that.
Yes.
But when you see it on play and somebody acting it out, it's a whole lot different.
Yes, it is. Okay. Yes, it is.
For this production, you're not really doing much of anything other than you're marketing it.
Yes.
So you just want people there. But it's good to see something different come and a different group come to Lincoln Amphitheatre. It's kind of a new way of trying things.
Yes, and we've always wanted to do Shakespeare because Shakespeare is very popular, and I think this is a good test for us in future programming to see if many people like Shakespeare, why don't we do more Shakespeare? And of course, because Shakespeare is fairly affordable as well for a theater to put on because you don't have,
the royalty fees.
Yes, I say Shakespeare was written way before the idea of royalty fees were invented and whatnot. So you have free domain to do what you would like with the production and creative licensing.
And is this the final production then for Lincoln Amphitheatre? There's you still got the Haunted Trail coming up.
Yes, this is the final theatrical production.
Okay.
But we do have the Haunted Trail coming up.
Okay, and that's in October.
Yes, that's in October.
And we're going to have you back to talk about that so we can get ready for that.
Yes.
We just want to get people going to see Macbeth, and what a great opportunity. And this is going to be rain or shine.
Yes, rain or shine, because the Lincoln Amphitheatre is a 1,500-seat, completely covered amphitheater, so rain or shine, the show will go on. And, of course, during this time of year, as the trees are starting to turn and get cooler outside, it's the perfect time to go see a production at the amphitheater.
You may want to bring a jacket, though.
You may. You may want to. I don't know how that's going to be. I mean, we're in the middle of, I feel, summer right now. Summer just happened.
Right. It could be cool, though, at night.
Yes,
so
it
you may
could.
want to bring a jacket as the evening gets along. If somebody wanted to bring a blanket, could they do that?
Yeah, they can do that.
Okay.
Yes.
But there is a meal ahead of time if you want the meal.
Yes.
But you do not need to get the meal. And again, if somebody wants tickets and the meal, do they do both of that through the website or calling you?
They can do both of that through the website, or they can do both of that calling us. So they can call us at 800-264-4223 or visit us online at lincolnamphitheatre.org.
Okay. Anything else that you'd like to add about this great production coming up?
I think it's unique whenever we bring somebody in like this that we too are slightly blinded because we too don't know what to expect. Typically during the rehearsal process, we see it start to come to life that they're coming, setting up our stage and doing a quality production and leaving again. So it's definitely, we're just as intrigued of what they're going to be bringing as what our audiences will expect. We're seeing it for the first time, just like our audiences.
How long does it take them to set up? I mean, do they come in a week ahead of time?
They'll come in just like that day before.
Well, I guess they've got it down to a science.
Yes,
they know
they
what they're
do.
doing.
They have it down to a science.
And any reflections on how the year went for Lincoln Amphitheatre?
It went very well. The Lincoln production, we had about the same amount of people that came last year, and we're just only hoping to grow from that. So we're definitely looking to what our 2014 season will hold. We're still looking into our planning for that.
Yeah, and you really don't release much about that until December, if I'm thinking right.
Well, December, hopefully earlier this year, so we'll see.
Well, and while we have time, let's tease the Haunted Trail a little bit. Do you know the dates on that for sure?
Yes, the Haunted Trail, it runs for the 3 Saturdays in October 12th, 19th, and the 26th. And then the theme this year I was just told about was Creatures of the Night, which every time I hear that, I think of that part in Rocky Horror Picture Show of Creatures of the Night, so I'll sing that randomly. So.
And this is done in collaboration with an organization, Heritage Hills?
This is done in collaboration with Friends of Lincoln State Park.
Okay, Friends of Lincoln State Park.
Yes, so it's us and Friends of Lincoln State Park putting it together.
All right, that's coming up at the end of October. But next weekend, again, is Macbeth is coming,
Yes.
not this coming weekend, next weekend. So you need to go online or call and get your ticket reservations right now.
Yes.
Because this is one show. It's just going to be here 2 nights. It's a quality production with Macbeth from the national players. Possible you could sell out and not have tickets. So you need to get people.
Yes, that
people
is a
need to
big
get
possibility.
those tickets going now.
Yes, so you should get your tickets as soon as possible. I mean, our phones are definitely starting to ring off the hook, so it's definitely a show you don't want to miss.
Okay. Again, the phone number.
800-264-4223, or you can visit us online at lincolnamphitheatre.org.
Okay, thank you very much. Brandi Weyer is the Public Relations Director for Lincoln Amphitheatre. I'm Bill Potter, thanking you for watching WJTS Inform. We are local people watching local people.